Hi everyone, welcome to BISP Solutions. My name is Sonal Sharma and today we are going to cover amortization or accretion of transaction in ARCS applications. First of all, we need to understand what is amortization, what is accretion, why it is required, and why ARCS application provides this facility. First of all, we need to understand what is amortization. Basically, in general ledger, when any of the transaction occurs, the value of the transaction changes according to the time. Like sometimes it get increases or sometimes it gets decreases. So the decrease is called amortizing of transaction, and the increment, that means the accumulation, is called accretion of transactions. In case of prepaid expense, if we take as an example, that in prepaid expense case, suppose the organization is paying rent for its premises, so it is providing it for the one time payment at the beginning of the year, whatsoever it is. So suppose we can take an example of, suppose the organization is paying the auto insurance service for, that is 60,000 US dollar, from the start date of 1st of January to end date of 31st of December. So for each of the period, it is automatically get settled for 5,000, and the balancing figure will automatically get moving forward to the next month. So this is what exactly we are talking about. The entry, what the entry is going to be passed like prepaid expenses to cash, that is, it is in the beginning, and it has to be amortized every month as insurance expenses by the prepaid expenses. So let's move to the application. First of all, we need to understand first, for this amortization purpose, we need to take the format as the prepaid expenses. Okay, I already created it to show you. I will share that. So here, prepaid expenses. This is our format we are going to choose. Here the method is account analysis. You need to understand this thing. Prepaid expenses. His format has been customized for action plans and enterprise general. This is what the detailing has been given. What are the things there? It is important that beginning balance and adjustment, these are the important factors here. One thing you need to understand, that while creating the format, you need to enable this amortization or accretion checkbox while giving the transaction details, and after that you will provide some other transaction details, like what are the things you want to see in the particular boxes form while giving the explanation. Here you need to understand one more thing, that is providing the rules. While providing the rules in the transaction detail time, at the time of format, you need to give a rule, that is, I'll show you, that copy transaction from the prior reconciliation. See, it is important because if you are not going to provide this rule, it will not going to carry forward the remaining amount to the next month, but the complete amount. Like in our example, we had seen, like suppose in the at the beginning it was 60,000, but after 1 month it will become 55,000 expense. Okay, balance. So that 55,000 or 50,000 will carry forward to the next month only in case if you provide this rule here. Okay, so amortization equals accreting and amortizing. This is the rule which is really important here while creating the format. So this is the format provided here. Now moving to the profile, what we are going to take is, we are going to take the profile. I already created it to show you for saving our time. So this is prepaid expenses for amortization profile I already created. I'll show you what are the things here to be given. Like you need to create the account ID here, give the name of the account. Okay, it has to be active. The format we already discussed at prepaid expenses, where the method was account analysis, the process, risk rating, account type, and normal balance. This has to be given like process, whether it's balance sheet, variance analysis, or consolidation check, risk rating, whether it's high, medium, or low. Okay, account type, you need to provide that in the balance sheet where it falls and what its normal balance has to be. So these are the things you need to provide. Here you need to give the maximum age limit for this particular reconciliation adjustment or explanation you want. Also, the auto reconciliation method you want to choose. There are multiple methods. You need to choose any one or multiple of them so that it will auto reconcile in case of this conditions fulfilled. Next is instruction. In the instruction part, you can provide any of the instruction here. Workflow, it is mandatory to provide the preparer and the reviewer here, as well the frequency and the start day of or duration for this. Here you need to mandatorily provide the currency, which is your functional currency, and rate type. So this is what the profile is all about. Now moving to the period. Suppose I am going to make for this amortization from the January period. So there has to be the periods are open. So as you can see, this is the January period. I am going to, as this is open, I am going to import the pre-map data, pre-map balances. Here I am going to choose the file. So I'll go to the files. Where are my files? Okay, here you can see. So this is what for amortization. I am selecting the file here. The balance type is for source system, as there is only single system is there. The period is already self auto populated and self populated or auto populated. You can see the currency bucket is functional. The file delimiter is of course comma separated file. So I am going to import this. Here you need to see once the importation is done, you can see that data, whether the balance is imported. Yes, as you can see, the importation of pre-mapped balances or data is done. Okay, so now we are closing this. We are going to the profile and we are going to create reconciliation for this particular profile. Okay, so here you can see this is the profile I am going to select and going to give a create reconciliation for the January period as I am giving, as all the periods are open. So it is showing all the periods here for creating reconciliation. This is for specific selected profile. So this is how the reconciliation is created. See, one thing you need to understand that more or less the procedure is same for every type of transaction in the ARCS application, but there is a very mild or minute change like the selection of methods. What are the things you need to take care while creating the reconciliation format profile? Okay, so these are the things you need to take care of. Here you can see the reconciliation created for amortization of prepaid expenses. You can see it here in the reconciliation list. So we'll move forward. Give me a minute as the reconciliation list is just about to open. Here you can see. So this is how the reconciliation. See, the 60,000 amount of USD is paid in the January for prepaid expenses for amortization purpose is already created. Now we are moving to the profile of the preparer so that he can give explanation or create the amortization or accretion. So let's move to the preparer's account. So here you can see this is the page of preparer. Here the reconciliation can be seen easily. I am going to select this reconciliation. It is just at the top. So now I'm opening this reconciliation and we'll see how does it looks like. So this is the ending balance of January. It is showing. Okay, balance explanation is required as the unexplained differences here, as you can see. Now I'm going to provide whether the balance explanation or the adjustment. So I am giving adjustment here. For that I need to create altogether a new transaction point. Okay, so here you can see that transaction date is given. So here I am going to amortize. Okay, amortization of prepaid expenses is as you can see, it is basically the amortization. That means with the time duration, the time passes, the balance is going to be decreased month wise month. Okay, so it is here, and its impact is definitely going to balance on balance sheet. Here I am going to see the amount. As you can see, that is 60,000 it is showing. Okay, now the preparer is going to provide that whether he want to do amortizing or accretion. Now, if you remember, while creating the format, we provide this, we enable this amortizing or accretion balances checkbox. That is the reason why it is showing here. So I am selecting this amortizing here. Okay, so this is here you need to understand there are three methods. The first one is a straight line, where the equal time interval is there, the complete 1 month time period for the particular account. So the total amount is divided into equally 12 parts. Okay, from January to December onwards. In the second method, it is actual. So here the dates provided by you are the actual dates. So number of days are on the basis of actual days. It will calculated that amount in those dates you provide. And in the custom way, by default the system is always on a straight line, but you can also customize the time period and the amount according to your requirements. Okay, so here I am going to select the straight line method, and it starts from January and the number is 12. So here you can see the remaining period is 11. So you can see that there is a particular schedule for this. As you can see, it is starting from 60,000, amortized part for January is 5,000, and the ending amount. You need to understand these three balances here. That beginning balance is the starting balance, which is which is showing at opening of the month. Amortization is the amount which is going to the expense part, that is profit and loss account for every month, and the remaining part of that prepaid expenses or the asset. Okay, here it will become zero at the end of the period. So this is how, so this is I am going to save. So now you can understand, this is the amortization of prepaid expense case scenario we covered here. This is how the amortization or accretion can be done in the ARCS application. I hope this is helpful for you. Thank you.